Okay, today we're going to study the used to structure. Used to plus the base verb plus the object. Now the meaning is something that you did in the past but you don't do these days. Something you did in the past but you don't do these days. For example, I used to study Spanish. I used to study Spanish. Now the structure is I is the subject, used to, plus the base verb, which is study, and then the object, which is Spanish. I used to study Spanish. Now what that means is that you studied Spanish in the past, for example, when you're in high school, but you don't study now. Or another example, I used to eat ice cream when I was 10 years old. Again, used to plus the base verb, eat. Your object is ice cream. And then to finish the sentence, every day when I was 10 years old. So again, you can see used to plus the base verb, plus the object is ice cream in this sentence. The third example for today is I used to live in an old house that was next to a hospital. So again, the subject is I, used to, plus the base verb. In this case, it's live. And then the thought is in an old house that was next to the hospital. Those are the positive situations, used to plus the base verb. Now, if you have a negative situation, negative structure is I didn't used to like studying, but now I like it. So that means in the past, you did not like studying, but now you like to study. Or, I didn't used to play volleyball, but now I play every Sunday. So again, in the past, I did not play volleyball, but these days, I like to play volleyball. Now, if you see the difference between, in the negative situation, it's use to. You do not have the final D. Or used to play. You do not have the final D. As opposed to the positive situation. In the positive situation, you're using used with the final D. With the final D. But the negative situation, you have no final D. Used to. The final situation is, let's spin the board here. You have the question structure. The question structure means when you want to ask someone a question. So for example, the first example is, did you used to play video games when you were a junior high school student? Or the second structure is, the second sentence, I'm sorry, is, did you have homework when you were 8 years old? So again, in the question structure, there is no final D. It's only use. Or in the second example, again, no final D. Use. So to review, in the positive situation, you use used to with a D. In the negative situation or the question structure, there's no D. There's no D. So let's give the examples of the answers. Did you used to have homework when you were 8 years old? You could have two answers. Yes, I used to have homework. Again, used with the D was for positive situation, and then the base verb is have. The object is homework. Or the negative situation. No, I didn't used to have homework. So again, didn't, used, no D, to have homework. Okay?